I was caught up in the spirit immediately, and I began ascending up. I saw wings that were blowing. They were obviously not natural winds, but I could tell. I saw Burundi, I saw Uganda, I saw Kenya, I saw TZ, and then I saw the DRC, and then I saw right up to southern Sudan. So the ones that were most concerning, because as they blew, they had a certain redness that was like blood. The one that was over the nation of Burundi spelled out war, deadly civil war.
There have been reports of more unrest in Burundi during the second day of demonstrations against the president's decision to run for a third term in office.
A top general in Burundi says he has deposed the president, Pierre Nkurunziza. This comes after weeks of violent protest against the leader's bid for a third term, in which more than 20 people have thought to have been killed.
It sprang out of an election, which I'm yet to find out in the natural, an election they're supposed to hold.
He announced on Wednesday via a private radio station that the president had been overthrown hours he'd left for neighboring Tanzania for regional talks.
The Lord. Now I see South Africa, and I see social unrest. Social unrest are beginning to spread and spread and spread. And then the Spirit of God says they shall nearly sink back into what they were delivered from.
As you can see here, the police are protecting properties, businesses, shops that belong to African migrants. They said that they were attacked last night precisely because they are not South Africans.
But then if that situation shall be arrested, says the Spirit of the Lord, shall be arrested, and God shall begin to create a mending that is now for him, says the Spirit of the Lord, says the Spirit of the Lord.
As sure as my word stands, so shall you see a resignation that shall come. And that resignation shall come from the high places of the political world in this nation, and rumors shall move around and around, saying, why can't she do it anymore? And then finally it shall appear that something was going on. It shall be manifest that something was going on. There was a plan that was going on, and that wasn't seen, and that wasn't heard by the natural man. But this shall come to show forth you as a child of God, that there is nothing that has been hidden among you and in your life that shall eat you up and destroy you, but I shall expose it and I shall throw it out, says the Spirit of the Lord. Now there is one party that shall vehemently oppose it, and that's the DP. It shall be the stumbling block in the whole drive towards a unifying thing. It shall come out, and because of it, of the opposition towards it from within, a split that has never, been never affected shall emerge, and this shall almost be like two heads in one system.
Mao angrily blamed the Lukwago faction for the failed reconciliation talks.
He is a person who DP has groomed. The question is, why does he want to destroy the party? I just feel pity for him because he's beginning to behave like Dikula.
He warned that if the Democratic Alliance allows the Lukwago-led faction in, then the Democratic Party will withdraw from it.
If the Democratic Alliance allows a splinter group of DP to join, DP will get out of the Democratic Alliance.
You read about Elisha, the prophet, when he went into offices, and went into people's rooms and saw them actually plan and, make arrangements. I did a lot of that as well. So I know certain plans that are about to be hatched out. Let me release some of their secrets. One of them was the UPC. I went there. I'm going to be blunt about them. So when I went inside, I saw, I saw there was this thing, there was a struggle inside going on. And then I saw one man sat down, and prayed. And from my perception of him, I knew he was actually a Christian. Because, first of all, he prayed and, so he prayed to the Lord and said, Lord, I want that the post to be at the helm of it. Then, all of a sudden, a conflict, arose. When a conflict arose, it became so much for the person who currently leads that party that he started, before he was taken off, he started to say, I'm moving back.
I want my colleagues in the party to know that I do not plan to seek a second mandate as party leader.
But there was a lot of heat there. And the person who I saw, let me become somehow more clear, has connections with the founding person of that party. So now the one in TZ seemed to be better positioned, such that I saw the leader that came and replaced the one that is now. He jumped on the whole East African thing, which is really the will of God. So he jumped on it. He was so different from what that nation had ever had.